10 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
The Dota go.
10 seconds
Guys, what's up? Welcome back to the PGL.
5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick.
Shaky-ish. We'll see. You guys know something's wrong in the world when I'm here alone casting these games for you guys, but I'll do my best because I like you guys quite a bit. I'm Mike Loris, going to be your caster for this set, and here's hoping it's going to be a good one. Again, Mousesports just getting done with a 3-game grind fest up against Kinguin to now earn the pleasure of facing OG here, and the winner of this
10 seconds remaining.
game is being played on a different stream right now. So if you want to watch that, pop open a multi-Twitch and get on that. But of course, I know you guys are going to stay here. Mousesports, yeah, it wasn't really clean for them. They ran an Alchemist, and in true Alchemist fashion, got like massively ahead, above his allies, above his enemies, and that kind of catapulted Mousesports into a position where they can actually get farm on some other heroes. And it worked out. As long as it works out, they'll be feeling okay. Haven't seen much of OG since they had their let's say shuffle. We'll call it a shuffle. But I mean, if Resolution, I don't have to introduce Resolution, do I, guys? Like, he is going to be just fine in here, along with the rest of OG guys who are of course stone cold professionals. And, well, we'll see what Mousesports want to grab here. Venomancer was banned out. Necrophos still in. With OG picking up a very early Earthshaker. I've seen a lot of teams really sit on the Earthshaker for second phase, or even not at all. It's a little bit odd to see like such a wide swing between Earthshaker first pick and Earthshaker never pick. But hey, I mean, if it's in your comfort zone, if you actually want to pick it up, it is still powerful enough. Absolutely pick up early on, especially leaving the Necrophos still in the pool, susceptible to stuns and magic damage. And I'm pretty sure Earthshaker has both of them. Mousesports, though, going to hold on to that pick for right now, deciding instead to go for the Nyx Assassin along with that AA. Daring OG, do you want to pick up Necrophos? Do you want to do it? I don't really know if you want to do it. Really bad up against Nyx Assassin, really bad up against AA, and generally not all that fun. But this duo of Mousesports certainly is very interesting in and of themselves. We've seen Ancient Apparition do a hell of a lot when he is with someone with a stun. And by with a stun, I mean not like Nyx Assassin's stun, because that is far from dependable. But usually I think the best performance we've seen from AAs has been with Earth Spirit in particular. Like, you're able to set up for the cold feet, you're able to land all your chilling touch attacks, and if you have someone like a Sven on your team as well, then you'll be able to lock down and kill off pretty much anyone, at least if they're all alone and don't really get that much help. That's like the golden standard, right? That's what I've seen seen teams have the most success with. OG going to be playing their own game. This is interesting to say the least. Brewmaster, something that OG have played quite a bit in the past, but for the most part, we've seen Brewmasters almost exclusively in like 4th, 5th pick slots.
10 seconds remaining.
which is always a little bit interesting to see him picked up this early on. He is very powerful, and he certainly is going to be a hero that you kind of want up against an Ancient Apparition. That Cyclone is great up against the Nyx Assassin because it's a disable that doesn't put you at any risk either. So that is going to be, a lot of upside here for the Brewmaster. Very resistant to play out from the Mousesports side. What looks like is going to be a very pick-off heavy style only really works if you can actually hit a hero and not 3 little pandas. 2 melee heroes already for OG is somewhat of a concern moving forward, but I'm sure around that. And the downside of the Brewmaster is usually you have kind of a timer on yourself whenever you run a core Brewmaster. You don't really see all that much Brewmaster going towards the mid lane. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a Brewmaster going towards the off lane. And yeah, you just need your level 6, and then you'll be able to put some serious hurt on the opposition. But it does seem like right now Brewmaster is picked up pretty much just for his split. I mean, his lane control as well. But again, in the 4th or 5th pick slot, that Brewmaster is usually going to be matching up against someone who has some sort of right-click reliance. One of those type of heroes, like a Bloodseeker or a Sven or something along those lines. And I'm sure Mousesports will grab those heroes eventually. But you really want to find a way to use that Drunken Haze. That is, one of the more unique things that Brewmaster has in his arsenal.
OG's
Oracle, Death Prophet, Necrophos, one more going to be banned out so far. How aggressive OG want to be. The Death Prophet ban out, definitely a consideration coming out from Mousesports that, hey, the enemy side can put the screws to us with this type of team fight draft. And OG can definitely go even deeper into that if they
Radiant team pick.
Safe lane or something like that. Maybe he doesn't play the best with the Night Stalker is also still in. I don't know what world we're living where Night is the first ban phase and the second ban phase. That just seems wrong to me. But hey, if you want to pick up Night Stalker, not the time for that. Mousesports instead can go for more vision, more pickoffs. They are overloading in this, and this is something that Mousesports run pretty much all the time. Like, this is Skylark special since this team or whatever it was before Adfinem, whatever it was before that, like he was always a Beastmaster play. I'm pretty sure he's actually a Beastmaster in real life. I'm like 90% sure of that. I'm setting up with an Ancient Apparition Ice Blast, and you've got yourself a stew going. It seems like they are going to go for good old heroes. This is what I want to see out of Mousesports versus OG. Flashbacks for sure. Timbersaw is picked up. It's very important to have, again, Brewmaster going up against cores who are reliant on right clicks, and Timbersaw is the last one where you want to be drunken hazing. It doesn't really do all that much. But OG building up their aggro as well, picking up a Vengeful Spirit, now picking up a Terrorblade. And this is like building around that timing. They know that the mid game is the time for Brewmaster to be a real hero and not just a walking clap machine. That split is going to all but guarantee you a handful of fight victories. The control you get with the Vengeful Spirit and the Earthshaker, the damage you get now from the Terrorblade, and OG are looking to push down towers, and they're looking to push down hard and fast. And Mousesports will have enough magic damage in most of the time to handle this Terrorblade. They have the Timbersaw, they have the Ancient Apparition, Chilling Touch is magic damage, obviously Ice Blast is magic damage as well. Terrorblade is not going to be invulnerable in this game. He should not at this point have a saving type hero. Oracle's already out, and at that point it's Dazzle, and you don't really want to be doing that up against the Ancient Apparition. It doesn't seem like it's the best idea, so the Terrorblade may be a little bit susceptible here. It's definitely going to be all about that positioning, but I mean, you're working with a Brewmaster and an Earthshaker. You don't expect to be in the front of those fights. You expect to be the last one in and the last one out after everyone is dead. At least that's the plan for the Terrorblade. Mousesports right now, on their side of things, they definitely have enough kill power. They have a ton of vision. They're going to be looking to separate OG, try to split up that 5, get in on them before they're really set up with that Terrorblade Metamorphosis. The problems right now for Mousesports is that they do suffer from a lack of pushing. They can kill creep waves really quickly with Timbersaw, Beastmaster, but actually killing off structures not really going to be their strong suit right now, but still looking for a little bit more of a heavy damage dealer can definitely alleviate that problem from the Mousesports side. Should be a safe lane Madara hero. Expect the Timbersaw to be going mid, at least for right now. Of course, you do get that flexibility whenever you pick up that. Want to throw him.
Turn to pick.
It's gonna be Sniper and Viper. Heroes like TA, heroes like Shadow Fiend, heroes that, well, I guess it's not from the safe lane, from the Mousesports side. But heroes like Luna at that point, Madara have a lone druid, he is a troll. Like those type of heroes to really bring down those structures.
5 seconds remaining.
You know that they're also more than likely going to be on the defensive up against these heroes from OG. Chakram is good. Wild Axes is good too if it was ever leveled up more than once. They also may suffer from a lack of clearing. Sniper wouldn't have necessarily solved. It's very easy to deal with a sniper if that was the pick for Mousesports. What do OG want? How aggressive do they actually want to be coming out as mid? Big pushers, I would say, are down. I mean, Death Prophet, Viper are probably the better ones. OD is the selection. And although it's not really inherently the most...
Choose your hero.
Throw out an Arc Warden. And that is a very interesting way to go. First of all, on this OD, is one of those heroes that takes a little while to get going, right? It won't really be like OD right off the gate, killing everyone. He definitely does need that time. That is time that you're going to hopefully smooth over with this team fight. Shaker, Brewmaster, Vengeful Spirit, Terrorblade. These are all heroes that get active very, very early on and can do a lot of damage. It's going to be, along with that Terrorblade, that late game punch from OD, leaning on the Terrorblade to push down not all the towers, maybe just most of the towers, in order to gain them that advantage. So, again, the mid pool was not looking all that deep. And also, you're going up against a Beastmaster, so if your ally gets roared, just put him in a bubble. Put him under, and you should be fine. And then Mousesports go ahead and pick up an Arc Warden for Madara. And that's a pretty interesting selection. If you just look at Mousesports' draft, it is so clear what their plan is, right? They're all about that map control. They're all about that pick-off style. Arc Warden, very similar to a Tinker, in offensively at least, in the fact that he will just be sending his clones, sending himself to every which lane, and just looking to grind those down. Just slowly apply the pressure back to OG, and make sure that OG, if they do want to cross the river, it will be very obvious coming out from their side. Like, if you're pushing in all lanes and you don't see any enemies, well, gee whiz, I wonder where the OG side can be. I really like this type of different strategy coming out from the Mouz side. It's very interesting to see just like pure map control, pure grind. Again, without a hero like a Tinker or a Nature's Prophet even to really jam that home. Now, the downside of the Arc Warden is that it is a very fragile hero. And OG are not exactly lacking in the damage department, so I do have faith that Madara will be able to keep his positioning tight, at least for the majority of this game. But man, when you're looking down the barrel of a Blink Earthshaker or a Brewmaster, and at this point, oh baby Drunken Haze, yes please, up against that Arc Warden, it will be not the cleanest game, I would expect, from the Arc Warden. That is, of course, unless his allies, with their vision, with the Vendetta, with the birds, provide everything for him, and that's entirely the plan. So, Mousesports going for a little bit of unconventional here, and OG, mixing in a little bit of unconventional themselves with this Brewmaster. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Again, we've seen them run this hero, I want to say more so than any other team. That's probably just me talking out of my ass, though, because I don't know what all the other teams are doing. But yeah, they're definitely comfortable running with this type of strategy, looking for a really, really big push in power in that mid game. Spartan, Skylark, thinking about making a little bit of invasion here. You gotta respect the chilling touch. OG with only 2 heroes here. Like, we'll back off. Don't think there's going to be much of an engagement. Never mind. S4 and Thug. That was the most anticlimactic fight of all time. But it's going to still be a 3-1 rune split in favor of Mousesports. Again, Thug is going to be handling the Timbersaw bottom. And, ooh, what do we got here? S4. Playing like a lone druid is going to pull off just 1 range creep. and then use Drunken Haze to aggro the rest. He's going to get himself a full creep wave easy without having to deal with that Timber Saw right-click shenanigans. But elsewhere, on the Mouz side, got Nyx Assassin, played by MNT. Madara, Arc Warden going 1v1 against, 2v1 rather, up against that OD. Spartan is on the AA. Skylark handling that Beastmaster on the OG side. Resolution in that mid lane OD again. S4 taking the long way back home as the Brewmaster. Got Fly and Jarex on the Venge and Shaker supports. No Tail, the green Terrorblade. Haven't seen many people rocking the green. And it would have been much cooler if they didn't change their logo to blue, but you know what? I'll allow it anyway because it looks sick. This is a pretty big reason why you shouldn't be picking OD in this particular game. And Assassin is going to have almost universally good matchups, at least in this game. And early on, this is pretty standard Assassin stuff. If you don't have like a Rubik to set up for your Impale, then you just find someone and then just burn all their mana. You do burn all your mana as well, but you do a lot of damage when you're talking about going against someone like an OD who has as much intelligence as he does. MNT just doing what he can to give this Arc Warden a little bit of extra edge. And, well, Resolution actually hit with the Flux. There is a creep wave coming in, and the little Ghost goes down a little bit late there. It is Ancient Apparition, along with Skylark. Entirely sure how much aggressive power they can put on this top lane. They do have Cold Feet, and Skylark is a really durable hero in that Beastmaster. Has gone for 1 point in Wild Axes. Like he's done quite a bit of lumberjacking here. Doesn't feel like these two heroes, or even just one of these heroes, can really get that much done in this area. Martin forced to teleport back. A super safe play from him, dodging Fly's Venge. Again, it doesn't seem like this AA is really utilizing his time all that much. Like, even if Earthshaker does jump Beastmaster, like, they wall him off. Like, what can you actually do there as an Ancient Apparition? You got Cold Feet, and that's about all you have. Resolution is, once again, going to get out of range of the Wraith, but hit with the Spike now. This is going to be First Blood. Holy crap, that last right-click of MNT did a lot of damage. I thought they would need a couple more, but either way, this 2v1 lane working out splendidly for Mouz thus far. Anytime bottom lane, Thug is just going to be playing nice, peaceful PvE Dota with S4. Shouldn't really be getting any kills anytime soon, although once Chalkum comes up, you know, you got to watch out if you're Brewmaster. Should be a very clean lane for both sides. OD, once again, slowed down. Wraith coming in. He'll dodge it this time with the Imprison. They are really going aggressive up against this OD. So far, Shaker, Venge, level 2, can certainly turn this around and help out if they're able to get down here, but vision coverage from the Radiant is rather extensive, and the lack of support on this top lane will be very, very easy to notice. They do move out to help. Should be either a very easy backup call from the Mouz side, or a very easy let's go aggro on top lane call, and either way it's going to be good for them. This is kind of going to force them, OG, to leave Resolution on this island over in the mid lane. Yeah, it's committing 2 heroes into this mid lane, and yeah, Madara is splitting his experience with this Nyx Assassin. But Arc Warden being slightly behind because he's splitting experience, not really a terribly huge deal as long as he's still getting CS, and my oh my is he getting CS. 7 CS for the OD, 21 for Madara, plus that kill earlier for the team, I guess. Resolution is really hurting here. Venge wanders out of the lane. They see that she's level 3, but they also know exactly where she went. Observe Ward going to hold no secrets here. Madara's even going to throw out a couple of ghosts. See Fly, may not see Jarek, so he may not expect this. He didn't expect both of them, and now he's completely walled off. He's going to start running down the river. Resolution has no Imprison either. He used it on the creep wave, so Madara's just completely fine right now. Now Jerax slowed down. Here comes the Ghost. There are so many creeps here, though. That is not what you want to be doing as an Arc Warden this early in the game. So they'll have to take the long way back around, but you know what? They dodged the gank. Now Skylark very comfortably able to sit on top of the creep wave, get those last hits, knowing that there's no way Venge or Shaker can really do anything about them. Yeah, guys, I took the settings down a large notch because I was getting frame rates, so I kind of solved that problem with the hammer. I could probably bump them up, but I don't really want to play the game of how much can I bump it up before my frame rates go. That's not a fun game. This is also not a fun game for Spartan. Got caught by No Tail and Fly. Easily worked down. And again, AA, level 2. Doesn't really have much game here. Dara, getting aggro by Resolution. Nick Assassin bail him out. Again, he'll throw out all the spells he has, but mostly does nothing. OD gets to his Creep Wave, which absorbs both of these spells from the Arc Warden. Once again, MNT wandering around. Top lane, getting into a little bit of a scuffle here. Healing Touch still not used. Overall, this is going slightly better for Mousesports. Not going to give them a decisive lead or anything like that. Sure, the earlier you get this Hand of Midas on this Arc Warden, you're going to be happier. Those doubled Midases up. Oh, baby. Feels balanced, man. OG does seem like they are the ones who kind of have to be playing more aggressively right now. But Madara, once again, walled off, though not hit with the Fissure. There is another Imprison here, but Resolution would rather be getting CS instead of hero kills. Jerax taking a lot of damage here. Resolution does take the Ghost, and Madara is going to send Copy out. Looking for Jerax. Has a fake Nyx Assassin as well. MNT just sending those in. Jerax's life is difficult. S4 is even going to roam out now. I mean, Thug obviously is going to make this call, and they actually do see the Brewmaster rotating in, so to a surprise of no one, S4 is not going to be able to do much. In fact, will lose his bottom lane tower. Now that Chakram is up, Brewmaster is not incredibly safe here. I mean, yeah, he'll be able to survive because of that split. You really don't want to be using split in this situation just to survive a solo hero's worth of kill attempt from a Timbersaw. I wonder if Impale can get this kill. If they had a Timber Chain, perhaps. Chakram, damage, it is enough! Whew, that did not look like it was going to do it, but it is a Whirling Death up against a Strength hero. Does that additional bit of damage by reducing their max HP. Easy kill for that Nyx Assassin. So far been doing a hell of a lot, just patrolling all around the map. So someone from OG has to deal with this bottom lane. Not entirely sure who that's going to be, since they also have to kind of deal with this mid lane. Seems like they need so many more heroes right now, although Madara is not that healthy. His stick charges and a Fairy Fire. Sustain-wise, that's... okay, he's got a salve. He's fine. It seems like these OG supports doing their best to set up for a little bit of extra space for their allies, but ultimately not really getting them all that much space. You get the Cyclone onto the Timbersaw. He has full stacks of reactive armor, 1 point Timber Chain. Will put a lot of damage into Resolution. I don't think that's going to do it. Resolution, don't walk in there, bro. Don't walk in there. He'll Timber Chain across the Fissure. Salve up now. He's going in deep. In the meantime, Skylark's dying, and Thug is actually out of mana. Consoling for maybe one more spell cast, but that's not going to do it. Although MNT is going to come from the back with a Chakram. They take out Resolution, and they also take out Jerax. Oh my god, that's 18 stacks of reactive armor for you right there, and suddenly, guys up at like half HP. Okay, yeah, you try to go for a Timbersaw with a whole bunch of right-clickers. You need more nuke damage than that, or more right-click damage than that. Feels pretty bad. I'm not exactly sure what happened to Skylark up towards top lane. I assume just Magic Missile into this Metamorphosis Terrorblade beatdown. And speaking of beatdown, they'll finally get this tower up on top lane and also deny the mid lane tower as well. So overall for OG, these towers, the tower situation, not all that bad. But still, no one is actually dealing with Thug. I mean, Thug survived what should have been an impossible escape. He had like 200 HP, right? Like, he actually just didn't have any HP at all, but they couldn't right-click him in because of the fact that he was in a super narrow corridor. Like, you just can't get enough heroes in there to actually kill him off. The Resolution continuing to be sad. Barely any net worth on this mid lane OD. And, I mean, OD is just not a hero that is really good to come back from in the game. Definitely a late game damage dealer for sure, but that's only if you are able to get farm, and that's usually only if you're able to get something like a Hand of Midas, or at least an early Force Staff, a Hurricane Pike, just to try to set up some earlier kills. Being behind and staying behind is not a good place to be as this OD or OG. I don't know what happened here. MNT is full health, way behind enemy lines. Will stun S4. That keeps the haze off his back, but now he's in a corner. Welcome to the Thunder. Oh, there's no Aftershock. Okay, well that enchant totem doesn't really do all that much. I think Nick Assassin now is dead. Spike Carapace is once again up, and they're just gonna keep walking with them. 3-man Impale. He'll run the other way. Resolution's gonna come in and put a stop to that. That was so close to being hilarious, though. I guess you could say space created. I mean, that was 4 heroes wandering back and forth, patrolling behind their tier 2 tower, while chasing after a bug. Spartan. That's not where you want to be. Ancient Apparition is made of ice, and that's not that strong. Global warming and such. Terrorblade, rotation down to the bottom lane, after having taken down the top tier 1, is probably going to look to do the exact same thing over here. Full health tower, it's not going to last for very long. Skylark, though, does have 1 point aura, does have 3 points in that boar, so push speed is not that bad.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Madara does not quite yet have that Hand of Midas, is still going to set up here. At least let Thug arrive. Does have arcane boots, and now the reactive armor is starting to stack up. Chop down a lot of the trees, limiting the juke space somewhat. But this is Timbersaw. If he wants out, he can always get out. Spartan, though, does not have that luxury. He's going to jump in towards No Tail. The Chakram does miss, and now we have the Sunder, but Thug with this regen, 20 stacks plus a Soul Ring, 37 regen, is going to be chased down to the end of the earth. Clap will not do it. Magic Missile will not do it. Maybe the split will. Oh, barely. He's now on the run. He has no mana. Where's the help here for Thug? Like, seriously, they can help him anytime they want. He'll finally be brought down as Nick Assassin is going to arrive a little bit too late. In fact, not at all. Gonna cancel that TP. And that's unfortunately the downside. Having an Arc Warden, especially an Arc Warden who's so close to getting a Hand of Midas, you're not going to go into a fight with a Terrorblade. Like, that's never ever going to happen. He does now have that double Midas working away. Only 1 point in the double for right now, but hey, he'll get more. So the gold is going to be coming on in for this Arc Warden. The gold will not be doing the same, at least not yet for the OD. He needs to be getting involved in fights. He needs to be surviving those fights. Be off the back of a split, and oh, Enchant Totem is gonna stun up Jarex himself. Now the Roar turnaround, and they get the kill. Only a Shaker. Fine for OG to make those trades away. Still Skylark remaining persistent on this bottom lane, now maxed out in his animal pets. You can't really afford to leave him up there for too long. Fortunately, it's going to be a very long time until he's really going to be a rat. Isn't going to go for any sort of book build, is just going to go for that Blink Dagger for initiation. Not even completing Solar Crest first. And level 15 is really far away for this guy who's been dual laning the entire game. So, yeah, they can definitely still deal with this. But this map plan, like the plan for OG of just push one lane and thrash everyone, doesn't look like it's really going to be coming to fruition compared to what Mouz want, which is split the map, slowly grind them down. Just look at these pickoffs. Speaking of, MNT going to wander right by Jarex. There's an Ice Blast coming in. Oh, is No Tail dead? He's just dead! Oh no, and Ben just dead as well? Nothing's attacking her. It looks like she'll be fine, but they snipe No Tail. And MNT wants... How does MNT keep on ending up here? This time he'll just straight TP out and he'll survive. Oh man, Ice Blast. Now that is some way to reveal the fact that you have a level 6 AA by sniping a Terrorblade doing Ancients. He still has quite a few left here. I'm not sure if Mouz will be really willing or able to move in there and try to jack the rest of them, but you know what? They're going to be happy with what they got. And that is supreme map control and a pretty sweet kill. Who actually got that? Oh, that was the neutrals actually. What the hell? Okay, never mind. I'm just drunk off my ass apparently. I mean, he's still dead, right? He's still dead. Metamorphosis is still on cooldown. But he was hit with the Ice Blast. He was frozen. He was hit with an Impale. How do you get killed by neutrals there? Seriously. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. As long as No Tail is off the map, as long as he's not farming, and they're maybe setting up for another kill here. Here comes the Ice Impale. Not going to be in time. And how did that not hit him? It went right over him. How did he not get chilled by that? I don't understand what's going on in this game with this Terrorblade, but still, he's going to be able to get some farm up. Diffusal Blade, his first item. opting to go for that instead of the perhaps more common Dragonlance based build. You know what? Damage is damage, and you certainly need a lot of damage if you're going to be killing off the likes of Timbersaw. Dara now not that far away from that Maelstrom. You guys know the best item in the game, bar none, Mjolnir. You gotta go for that every game. You know, someone at some point is gonna take me seriously when I say that. I'm only half kidding. Great item, but it's not the best. Book is actually gonna be picked up by the Beastmaster. Thought he was gonna go for Blink, but deciding to cancel that, and Jarex is not gonna see this one coming. Skylark hiding in the trees, lands the roar. Here comes Thug, and an Ice Blast, just a scout, because they don't need it for Jarex, I guess. No Tail does have that Diffusal Blade, but is it gonna help him here? Definitely not. Impale, first damage from the Chakram, he's dead. No Diffusal Blade will help you there. However, over in the mid lane, Madara not looking too hot either. He will drop. His clone can't really do that much here, so yeah, it'll just go ahead and drop. Tower on top lane will be brought down, and kind of the Terror Blade getting jebaited by his allies there. Thug wrapping around now onto Resolution. The 4-staff here on the OD, so he'll scoot up to the high ground. He'll be fine. Swap back onto MNT. There's a fissure here. Gotta wait. This by Carapace. They do layer the stuns quite a bit. Now Fly can take a big hit from Thug. MNT's Impale does go wide. 4v1. Can they kill Thug? With the Echo Slam, they imprison him immediately afterwards. He has a Timber Chain, but he can only go north or east or down, I guess. We'll call that suicide going down. Yeah, well, they got him, I guess, but he's back immediately. He can teleport right back on the map. The OG ultimately gets a big fat goose egg. 0 gold chain. That feels bad. Lightning Hammer now up for Madara. Is actually going for a pretty interesting build because of a severe lack of travels. I mean, yeah, Midas, Maelstrom, Travels. Those are like the big 3 for the Arc Warden. Usually we see Travels a little bit earlier. But hey, better late than never, right? He can go for it next, and he may have a double life by the time he actually picks it up. In the meantime, No Tail trying to finish off this stack. There is Ice Blast available, not thrown out just yet. MNT, I don't know where these Grumble Hides just went, but we'll scout him out. Just poking up the high ground. There's essentially way in the back. Ice Blast coming in now. And No Tail is going to dodge it. Yeah, 40 gold worth of illusions. Value. I mean, it was all space creation, obviously. Aegis is picked up now by Madara. Travels now right around the corner for the Arc Warden. Pretty much exactly where he wants to be, and the map for OG is not looking that wide. They do still have 2 tier 2 towers left. That's not nothing, but for sure they would like to be with a couple of tier 2 towers of their own. Are these towers even touched yet? No, they're still at full HP. Oh, Thug got scanned! He had an Invis rune, and now, well, he's gonna get some help with the Ice Blast. It's slightly off the mark for Fly, but it does connect it to No Tail. He does not have another suicide. Versus all these heroes, he's gonna zip over to the right, but gets eclipsed. And they finally brought down the raid boss. That is Thug for real this time. Not enough Bloodstone charges. He's gonna be up soon enough, but for OG, that is a big pick. Even bigger by the fact that Terrorblade did not need to use his Metamorphosis for that. Now has it for the tier 2 towers. Looks like he's gonna opt instead to get a little bit more farm forehand. Gotta deal with this push. It's slowly shoved in by this Arc Warden mid. Got Beastmaster and his buddies up on top lane pushing that. Although there's no tower up there, so it's not, you know, incredibly dangerous. MNT is gonna poke at Jarex to show him what's what. Beastmaster now with Blink Dagger, looking to make those fights happen. Dara and Madara gonna go to town on this tower. How much damage this tower takes? It's a pretty respectable amount with the with both Arc Wardens firing in. Back up is right around the corner. Hawk overhead is gonna be spotted by No Tail. Skylark though, gonna get jumped first of all, and he will get the roar out. So at least he's kind of done his job. Now the damage all will be all blocked by the Imprison from Resolution. They kill off Skylark and also save No Tail. Thug is up in the air and he will try to go for the burst onto No Tail, but ends up getting sundered and killed. They will trade him for Resolution as MNT lands a really nice impale on the side, but he's pretty much all alone. Madara has no mana here. He may have an Aegis, but he has no allies. M&T gets purged and right-clicks from No Tail. He'll stun himself once, but he'll definitely get this kill. And now, Madara, what can you do here? He'll put up the bubble. We'll fight to the bitter end. I don't know what he's attacking, but I'll tell you what, it's not doing enough. It's a triple kill for No Tail and a full wipe in favor of OG. And that is going to be a clutch imprison from the OD. My god, saving No Tail there not only obviously prevented him from dying, but also ensure that he got the Sunder, which ended up being like a 900 damage nuke or something like that on a Timber Saw, at least. Like, that did a hell of a lot of damage, and together with the Echo Slam, able to kill him off. That is going to be a huge pickup for the OG side. Still not really translating that much into towers just yet. But hey, you know what? You get a Blink Dagger right around the corner for Jerax. Fusel Blade gets some pretty serious action, setting up for the BKB for the Terror Blade very soon. And OD, what does OD get out of that? That's not OD. Got the Hurricane Pike completed with Blink Dagger right around the corner for himself as well, given his farm rate. This is only at 500 gold, so maybe a couple of corners. He'll get there eventually. Mouz going perhaps a little bit too far there. And that was supposed to be initiation right in the middle of the lane. S4 getting the initial jump with that Brewmaster. Blink Dagger of his own, and surprise, surprise, just ended up initiating on the enemy team's initiator. Maybe not an ideal, perfect gold situation, but man, you're going to take that every single time. Fly. There is no detection here. Oh, there's some detection over here. Observer on the high ground. Can they kill off this Obs? Well, MNT is going to set up for an Impale Roar. It's poorly layered, but it should still get the kill. He's going to imprison himself. There's still a Chakram and an Ice Blast. Okay, yeah, I think they got him. Now they're going to decide to fight in the Shrine. Not really sure about this one. There is just Fly here as, yeah, No Tail's going to separate off to the side, and Fly will be brought down by Thug. No Tail, he'll get the Sunder off, but still taking so much damage from this Arc Warden who shows up to fight. And MNT pushing forward with a Vendetta. It won't find anyone else. Just as fast as the last fight was won by OG, this one was decisively stomped by Mouz. Able to actually get initiation off on a hero that matters, that OD. Keep him low, keep him out of the fight. Now, maybe go up the high ground. This is not super easy for the Mouz side. I mean, they can poke at it with the Arc Warden. He doesn't have his copy just yet, and he's also drunk. Not good. Please drink responsibly. There's no one to really scare them for right now, so they'll just poke at the tower, get a little bit of damage here and there, then fall back. Another Roar in 10 seconds, and another Vendetta in 20. Not really many other cooldowns that Mouz have to play around. Ice Blast is a little bit of a cooldown as well. But this is pretty much exactly what this is supposed to do. Like, Ice Blast here, send a copy of the Arc Warden up here, push out all the lanes. And the more you do that, the more opportunities arise as the enemies will be kind of scrambling to defend those side lanes. At least that's the theory. How was this Observer? There's a sentry right there. Did they just, like, I guess you have to, like, put a hero there and then put a ranged hero there and then, like, maybe you can see it? There's a lot of radiant vision in this area, and the Dire are dancing all around it. Wonder if they know that that's there. I'm pretty sure they saw it as they walked by, but couldn't do anything about it yet. Tail does have his BKB up. Will help quite a bit up against that Timber Saw. Still with Arc Warden putting out the damage that he's putting out. Actually, now that he has, maybe not the most spectacular damage item in the world, but another item that helps give him more damage, is going to go through that magic immunity. The fact that you still have that Roar. You got yourself some answers. Map, though, is starting to close. Spartan's going to get a little bit of valuable farm time over in mid as Thug pushing bottom. Got a handful of heroes pushing out the top lane. These are the opportunities that I was talking about. For right now, there's no one to jump on Resolution, but a hero out there like that, those are the opportunities that you get when you push all the lanes at the same time. Okay. Jarex seems to think that there's someone here. I missed the lead up to this. Jarex is scared as hell, man. Like, at this point... Oh, MNT, by the way, spotted that obs perfectly. I don't think the hero that he was scared of there was necessarily the Nyx Assassin. He was kind of expecting a, like, Beastmaster to be over here or something. Whatever works, though. He's gonna place an obs. Well, I'm not really sure how long that's gonna last. Is it level 3 book yet? No, it's only level 1. I'd say it may stay level 1 for a little while now. But MNT is gonna come in with the sentry, though. Poor Jarex. Playing scared up on top lane. At least does have that blink dagger. But he's not doing too bad for himself net worth wise, but this is gonna make him pretty sad. The fact that he might actually just get jumped here. He's gonna once again blink out just in time. Ice Blast was coming in. Echo Slam with the split. Should be OG's time to win a team fight. Problem is, no one really here to fight. Reserve reward. Putting out the Radiant. Saw them group up. Got a bug in the trees. Got a Beastmaster in the trees. Bottom lane was just being shoved by the Arc Warden or his double, one of them. Looks like it was the real one. Someone was definitely down there. Thug was down there for a little bit. No Tail's gonna be able to clean that one up as well, but smoke movement in and see the sentry now gonna be cleared up. There's a gem on the Brewmaster. Keep in mind that when you split, the gem vision stays on the earth, and if the earth is dead, it stays on the storm. And then obviously the fire afterwards. Still get that vision. Pretty safe here to have the gem on. You have obvious move there. The Timbersaw blowing up the creep wave, but the rest of his allies still gonna be chilling, and, well, never mind. They're going to reveal Thug. Now, they may not know that everyone is off to the side here. Blink Roar from Skylark is ready. So the wraparound from OG is coming in. Madara's clone doing some pretty nice work as the real hero is sitting in mid lane doing the exact same thing. Taker's gonna show up. Looks like everyone will back off. So close. So many illusions everywhere. I think everyone... I don't think there's really a fight here. And this is the real No Tail, but Mousesports don't know. They may know that No Tail's right here, but they don't know who's over here. That's the big problem. Fly, though, is going to push forward. Places another obs. Once again from MNT, the pings are out exactly on the right spot. And he'll drop a sentry and see it. Man, these OG wards are getting just absolutely brick-walled here. They have... This is the only obs they have on the map. And Mouz know about it. So, good luck getting your vision. Where are we going here? Where are we going, Spartan? Okay. Got him. Shiva's guard on the Timbersaw. The biggest threat, I guess, right now for the Timbersaw is not really in the physical damage department. With Shiva's, he was, with reactive armor, rather, he was already pretty safe. Now with Shiva's, he's kind of overloaded. The thing he really has to watch out for is exactly what we saw last time. Getting sundered down to, like, let's say 300 HP or something like that, and then getting Echo Slammed or clapped or something. Not really many items to help you against that. Aside from, like, a BKB, I guess, would be, like, your best bet.
Radiant's middle tower
Still helps him do quite a bit of extra damage. Terrorblade illusions starting to get tankier as the match styles built up, but I would still not call them tanky, so, you know, with just random Timbersaw spells and a Shiva's Arctic Blast on top of that, should be able to clear them out pretty rapidly. OG, though, he wants more fight. Madara is going to, well, jump in and kind of miss Madara a little bit there. Miss everyone, all the real heroes at least. As OG wastes the smoke for now. Spartan's in the area, very defensively positioned, but also very, very soft, so even if he goes down, not a big deal. And once again, they poke in. MNT again with the reads. They're paying exactly where they are. Dara, it's a fake one. Hard to tell when he's shadow bladed, but it's going to show up with the clone. Start right-clicking things, and Spartan is pretty deep in. Ice Vortex and Iceman's got to go. Dara's gonna see absolutely everything. They kill it off, but who cares? And they'll also take down a tower, but they have to tend to these side lanes. Skylark at this point does have that level 15 talent, so he's got quite the pig farm up in this top lane. We'll be able to push it in really rapidly. The tower wasn't even dropped, actually. OG decide to make the defensive play, rotate back to the side lanes, and try to hold those. Dara gonna send his clone again back up towards the top, teleporting in onto those pigs. Gone now. Cleared out. Jerax is still behind them. Spartan is gonna see the obs. I'm pretty sure Jerax can kill Spartan right now, but I'm pretty sure he just doesn't want to. He'll fall back instead. That freezing aura, whatever you want to. Oh, it is called freezing aura. Nice. I didn't actually know that. Making it very safe to take Roshan. They took pretty much no damage from that guy. Obviously, Roshan hitting Thug, who had I don't even know how much armor. Let's say 30 armor to be to be conservative. He's not taking that much damage. It's gonna be double life for the Arc Warden. Cheese was passed off to someone else actually. Cheese on the Timbersaw now. I guess better than BKB to protect yourself against Sunders. And the magical blast afterwards. Cheese. Get Sunder, just cheese, man. Buy cheese today. Save yourself against Sunders. The Mjolnir now up. And we got Arc Warden setting up for an assassination-based build. And again, this is pretty standard stuff so far from Madara's build. Once he gets this Bloodthorn, though, like, if I'm Benj, I'm scared. If I'm Shaker, I'm also pretty terrified. Right now, they are setting up to protect Resolution. S4 is just going to jump on in. Impale's going to land onto the fire aspect only. Thug is going to somehow Timber Chain away. Did he just get Cyclone and then cancel the Cyclone with the Timber Chain? I did not know you could do that. He's still on the run here. The backup is coming in as No Tail is pushing forward pretty quickly ahead of his allies. Once again, another Cyclone, but that was a split used for so far nothing. And in the back, they have caught themselves a Beastmaster at the cost of the Earthshaker. Ultimately for OG, that's not all that bad if they can get out of here scot-free. Doesn't seem like that's necessarily going to be the case because here comes the Blink Stun onto the Terrorblade. He does have a free Sunder, but he can't get it off in time. And now chasing forward, looking for more. The Flux onto the OG. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. He's just getting shredded by Madara. Double kill. Looking for a third. MNT doesn't have enough mana for this. 20 short. They will see S4 though. Blink Dagger, not that great here. It was canceled, and he will too fall. 4 for 1. If I'm Skylark, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Everyone's gonna use the travels to get a little bit further down the lane to push that one out. You end up securing though the gem from the Brewmaster. And that was, you could tell, OG not on the same wavelength. Like, they backed off with the OD as soon as they saw the enemy heroes. Everyone backed off, except for S4 who went in. S4 wanted to fight. And, we're not going to say who's right or who's wrong there. We could say the team was wrong in doing what they just did. That was definitely not the play. Bubbles go up. This tower going to once again take an absolute beating. Is Skylark even here? No, he's not even here with the attack speed aura. Like, this can even get worse. Ice Blast coming in. Silence goes off onto the Vengeful Spirit as No Tail's gonna push forward. He's got the BKB, has Madara in his sights, but this is a Aegis Arc Warden. He's completely okay tanking this for right now. We'll respawn. Is there anyone with the Force Staff who could actually save him? I'm not really sure if there is. Madara's just going to, well, finally a Force Staff out, but it's a little bit too late. Now Resolution pushing forward, gets one in the bubble. Spartan's going to teleport out, preserve the gem. MNT, Spike Carapace, and Vendetta should be fine. Damage done. Pretty substantial onto the range racks. Tier 3 tower also fall. They also have to deal with this Timbersaw, who's still here apparently. It looks like, though, they will eventually bring him down up against one too many heroes all by himself. And that was Mouz going perhaps a little bit too aggressively. A little bit too far there for Mouz. Again, their game plan is not really super powerful when it comes to pushing up the high ground. Gotta grind the enemies down, play the long game. Low and steady may not always win the race, but at least doesn't end up splattered on the walls. The roar in 5. That'll be when they look to once again make their play. Maybe in 20. We'll say when Arc Warden comes back in. Till then though, OG, despite not having Metamorphosis, still pushing forward and taking a mid tier 1. Not anything to write home about, but hey, it's more gold. Scans go out, just scouting for that Nyx Assassin. OG will fall back. That was Aegis and Cheese both used, I think, as, yeah, they do go a little bit too far. The ultimate result, though, for Mouz, item-wise, is that they still have the gem. Quite nice, for sure, for the Nyx Assassin to not worry about that. And gem on the Beastmaster is, like, as standard as you can get, right? Make sure the enemies don't have any obs. Right now, OG have 1 sentry on the map. Really? Is that it? Yeah, the vision for OG is not that spectacular. I mean, they are going up against a gem now, so you don't expect it to be incredible. They really need to get some eyes out. This is what Mousesports, again, their game style is supposed to be doing. Keep the enemies in their base, keep them blind, keep them scared. Eventually push in or backdoor or rat themselves into structures. Pretty sure they're not picky when it comes to taking the structures. OG will push out, but will be very quickly spotted. Do they even think there's vision up there? There's not. Okay, well, looks like they have the read. Right? There you go. That's another gem, actually, on the shaker. Wait, it's Spartan's gem, so they both have a gem. Okay, well, never mind. Apparently, there were a lot more gems than I thought. Both sides not working with too much vision. From observers, at least. Still, from the Mouz side, you have a lot more. You tend to have a lot more vision since you push faster across multiple lanes. You get the vision in the lane, and you also get the Beastmaster vision. Speaking of, is going to find resolution. Had roar, but not enough backup to make a play there. His book also. I'm pretty sure if it was available to him, would have gone for it. Oh, Madara. Jerax is right on top of him. Sees him a little bit too late with that gem. Still pushing forward, looking for someone else. Won't find anyone. That was a little bit too close for comfort there. Look at this army from the Beastmaster. Army in a can. A couple of boars, a couple of demon guys. Suddenly you can start pressuring these shrines. Book level 3 on the way as well. He's actually going to go for that. Maybe he's saving for travels right now. If you're going to go for book 3, you get book 3. You don't just sit on 2,000 gold. Jump forward and Pale will miss as Jerax does blink away. Fake Madara coming in and reaps more cash. 23k. No Tail's credit. He is still keeping up in farm very admirably. Travels on him. Now Butterfly right on the corner. He's getting quite a bit of cash considering how dangerous it is for him to be farming outside of his base. Obviously he has illusions for that from Conjure as well as Magic Style. And the OD is not doing super terribly either, especially considering Resolution start. The real problem is where everyone else is kind of broke as hell. Brewmaster, where are you supposed to get farm? I'm not entirely sure. Obviously Shaker and Venge aren't expected to get a lot of gold either. So yeah, it is going to have to become the No-Tail show with featuring Resolution. Otherwise, I'm not really sure if they'll have enough gas in the tank to take this. Mouz, look at their bottom lane push, but still on top lane, scouting out Jerax. They may have seen the Hawk go up there. Well, there is no level 3 book just yet, so there's no true sight on that. S4 is going to jump in, does use the split onto Skylark. They do have the true sight, and they will very quickly deal with this Beastmaster. Madara's going to send in a clone. I don't think there's much he could do here. Yeah, No-Tail's going to waste no time dealing with that. And now, Jerax has 2 gems, 1 for each eye. These are the type of plays that are really difficult for OG to make happen. Every single time they do, breathe a little bit easier. Dara, though, is starting to get really nuts out of control. I mean, what's better than Sheepstick, guys? Probably 2 Sheepsticks. And 2 Bloodthorns. 2 of everything. Hasn't really been in that many of those full-scale engagements, unless you count the one that he had the Aegis in. This is not really Arc Warden's forte, being in those heads-up fights, but soon enough it will be. He does pick up the Sheepstick. As long as he able to keep himself with good positioning. Look up from OG. Were no units in the area to see this, although it looks like the rates do see. Now OG, yeah, their position is pretty much entirely blown here. Mousesports aren't really that far out on the map right now. Arc Warden will still send out his goons, and still they'll be pushing. You need to find a pick-off, and no tail. Gonna get impaled and mana burn. There's a blink roar here. Where's the ice blast? Coming in perhaps a little bit too slowly. It's still coming in. Still will land on no tail, but he's got the BKB up, so he won't take any damage. And Madara, how the hell did he teleport to the bird? That's fine. Just don't move, and they won't find you, I guess. I'm sure he'll get down eventually. If the ice blast was thrown out just a little bit earlier, there's a chance that they could have shattered him. It would have been really close, though. You don't really want to play those type of games against a Terrorblade with Sunder. KB soon to be up on the Timbersaw. What else do we have on these side heroes? Nick Assassin has all the mobility he ever wants. Mag's on the way. Spartan throws an ice blast to the fountain. He has nothing, and most likely he'll stay at nothing. The Beastmaster did go for travels, holding that level 2 book. He knows right now that there is, a dead Brewmaster in the middle of nowhere, because Madara sent out his goon squad. So now there's 6 heroes I have to watch for Mouz. Thank you for that, Mouz. But again, Sheepstick, Bloodthorn, he is pretty much peak assassin right now. Willing to eat your heart out. I would have thought that he would go for that level 3 book a little sooner. Do you know if there's invis on the Earthshaker? It may not be like the most reliable source of true sight, but it is. Walk in Aegis Cheese for Timbersaw right now. Aegis, of course, on Madara. See if they can make any more kind of heads-up plays, Mousesports, as they go into OG. It still may not be feeling super comfortable about their odds there. It does require these items from the Arc Warden to be cast on the right hero at the right time. If you miss like a Sheepstick on a Terrorblade, then he can very easily turn things around and do you in. Do you have any True Strike yet? He doesn't. Still, this bubble is going to give him a little bit of protection. Pushing down bot, looking for someone to defend, but Mouz ain't biting. Both sides, at least at this point, seem to be adapting the same type of playstyle. Dara's almost at that level 25 mark. He has the big one, in my opinion, the big one. Level 20, get that cooldown reduction. Send out more copies of yourself, most likely towards like the top lane or something like that. Honestly, wherever, it's more gold for him. See how much gold he actually gets, since nothing else is really happening. Go to the field, and there's some illusions, get some lightning procs. He got like one of those creeps. And that was just unlucky, man. That it just kind of happens like that sometimes. Okay, well, you know what? That's not a big deal since he has another one in 10 seconds. It's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. OG, you can see force to 5-man everywhere. They do see a couple of boars. So they may figure, hey, there's a Beastmaster nearby. Now they see his Necro units as well. Definitely, well, now they know there's a Beastmaster nearby. Jerax, only the hero you want to have to catch out a Beastmaster at that far away, but he'll be going blind there, or, you know, mostly blind. Everyone is scouting in. Dara's fanning out with clones. The rest of the Mouz side kind of has some position to thug BKB. Gonna be going for shotgun after having picked up that Ag Scepter. Got a ton of items coming up on everyone except for the Venge and AA. Like these guys are poor and they're never gonna get gold. Feels bad, man. Shadowblade, Force Staff, BKB now up on the Brewmaster. Really nice to at least help ensure you get that initiation off. Don't have to fight through Bloodthorn or Hex anymore.
Shrine is under attack.
You do have to fight through the Roar, but it's kind of clunky to use to counter a Brewmaster initiation. You gotta be really quick there. Nice safety item for the Brewmaster to ensure that split for sure. Shrine will be brought down. Thug is gonna reveal himself. Our heroes coming in here for OG, but Mouz are right around the corner. No, they're actually just all left. Never mind, Thug is kind of left here. Madara is going to show up. That's a real one. They do force out the BKB of S4 for free, and that is a full 10 seconds. Not bad at all. Brewmaster BKB is perhaps less important than some other heroes' BKB, like OD or Terrorblade, but hey, you get a free charge for pretty much nothing. You're not going to say no, right?
Dire are scanning.
Dara now teleporting out to the Hawk. They do scan, and that blinks red just for a second. Skylark with the gem and the Hawk is going to see the danger. Oh, Jerax is going to jump in and start Echo Slamming fools. Beastmaster all alone is going to go down. He's getting a couple lucky misses here from Resolution, but man, Jerax just blindly, I think blindly, just Echo Slams into the trees and gets Skylark. There was no vision there. I don't think he saw any of the summons poke out.
I was meant to have
okay.
this.
Well, got him. Skylark is super dead. He was holding a gem there also. So it's somewhere here for OG. One of those guys took it. Or not. I'm pretty sure he was holding a gem. I don't know. At this point, there's gems floating around everywhere. Having the gem, not having the gem, you can very easily buy another one. Jerax once again gonna push forward as the travels from Madara actually will be cancelled. I think his creep may have been killed. Either way, he's not out of here just yet. Jerax is gonna push forward. And luckily for him, the heroes in this area happen to be here, do not have any true sight. He will jump in, find the Timber Saw, BKB TP, and OG. They do have ways of canceling that, but not going to be in time. Madara clone being left behind. Pretty serious damage to Jerax. Over in the mid lane in the meantime, Spartan, ooh, Glimmer Cape just in time to shield himself up against that Eclipse of Resolution. And ultimately, no one will go down. If Madara proper is still down here, this time we'll decide to leave. This game, 13k in lead for Mouz, but it certainly does not feel like it. Feels like OG are just moving around the map slightly better this time. Although, in a heads-up fight, been a while. It really depends on who gets initiated upon. No Tail in the front is going to get roared through the Lincoln Sphere. Ice Blast is going to be dodged as Fly does swap him out. And eventually Spirit will most likely give his life for that. But now the split right in the middle of the fight is a gun in for Skylark to get the Hex onto No Tail in the end and do take him down with the double chakram from Thug. Resolution, he's got the BKB up. He's trying to go after Spartan, but he can't quite seal the deal there. Now they travel back from No Tail. There's not really many viable targets in the area. Madara, his clone is going to wear out. Another Impale is there as Thug is going to pop right back out of the bubble. Madara also being focused down by No Tail. Finally caught. Is going to get glimmered out a little while longer. Madara's still not dead yet. Will finally go down. Off to the side here. His backup is still alive for the most part though. Thug BKB goes up, but his armor not enough to withstand No Tail, who did buy back into this fight, and so will Madara. They do find themselves a No Tail. They have a Sheep Stick. They have a Bloodthorn. He's going to get blinded a little bit, but it's not going to give him enough missed chances to actually survive that. Up against that Bloodthorn. I assume the Bloodthorn and the Sheep were on the Terrorblade there. Oh, they find a regen rune as well. That is, yeah, that's just silly. So Thug can go in forever. And it might be on to Resolution. Does jump out of there. Terrorblade fought back for that. Skylark looks like with the travels will be willing to shove this bottom lane a little bit more. The rest of the team in the meantime setting up for the siege. Thug does not do a lot of damage here, but he has infinite health, so you might as well hit the tower. Oh, they jump in, Bloodthorn onto the Brewmaster. Sheepstick is there as well. He does get out of the Ice Blast and should survive for a little while longer. MNT gonna drop a Mana Burn on him. Brewmaster's not dead just yet. Looks like he will be just fine. Mid lane, tier 3. Still alive, but Madara is here proper. We have the Beastmaster aura in full effect as well. Swap back onto Madara. They're going to try to put him down with the Echo Slam. It's going to be close, and then we'll take him down 120 seconds on the deck as Resolution is going to jump forward, looking for anyone he can find. Bubbles 1. Thug is in the air. Needs to get a BKB off, but it's actually on cooldown in his backpack. Take a lot of damage from these orbs. Thug does cheese up, does try for a little while longer, but this team fight for an OG looks like it might just be enough. Although an Impale from MNT going to slow him down by quite a bit. He'll blink out of there as well. Skylark will ditch the Roar onto the Brewmaster. Won't quite do enough. Jerax won't die to the Chakrams either. Ice Blast coming in off the mark again. And Spartan now in a little bit of trouble. One orb almost straight killing him. Looks like they should maybe survive with Spartan. He has a gem. There's another blink on resolution in just a few seconds, so I'm not feeling Spartan's odds right now. He will lose the gem. MNT will burrow. They're on Impale and then leave. Over in the bottom lane, Thug being chased out by Jerax, and ultimately just a tier 3 to fall. And that's it. They also take down that Arc Warden off of what seems like an incredible long range there from the Vengeful Spirit swap, but that's level 3 for you. Just enough to get that Arc Warden into their clutches. Got Force Staff out a little bit, but at that point the damage was already done. So fight's going both ways, I would say. For right now, MNT's got to be a little bit careful here. Does have a blink out. No one's going to cancel that just yet. He's going to go Vendetta. There should be a lot of True Sight here. It's on S4. Can't quite find him. Thug in the meantime cutting the creep wave. Is there a creep wave here? How big is it? It's pretty sizable, but Thug can just double Chakram that down, and then backdoor protection is going to come in. So they may lose a tier 2 tower here, but a tier 2 tower of 50 minutes in the game, who cares? That's fine. More gold for OG, but this is really what they want. They want the tier 3s. Double Chakram will thin the creep wave by quite a bit. Still catapults range creeps in the back. Wild Axe is flying through as well. Won't do a lot of damage. We do have just 7 seconds left until the Arc Warden is back. OG know that. They're going to fall back. Skylark's going to jump in, looking for someone to roar. Can't quite find him. Still only a level 2 book. Still only a Medallion of Courage as well. This has been like the most half items I've seen on a hero. Mostly because people just like finishing these items. Not to say that his item build is bad, far from it. He still has quite a bit of value for the team. It's just odd to see for sure. Losing a tier 2. How much damage on this tier 3? About half. Lines are still alive here for Mousesports. Of course, he's going to make going for this next Roche all the more easy. Just a minute off till that.
I was meant to have this.
Have OG in the meantime. You have that split at the ready. You have everything at the ready, in fact. Martin's gonna go for that Ags. I mean, it will be really good in this game if he can get it. Given his farm rate, you know, maybe when we're at 90 minutes he'll have it. Maybe if he's lucky. Aside from that, Mousesports is going to reset, go right back to the grind. Push up top, push up all the lanes. Then all the pets, all the animals, all the chakrams. Perhaps just wait for this next Roche. Shrine advantage is here for Mouz. Buyback status. Not looking too hot for either side. Terrorblade and Arc Warden, both without. The do crucially though have Thug and Resolution both still with their buybacks. Should they need to. Fighting over Roche certainly does seem like the time to use it. See, if anyone can sneak this Roche, I don't expect that is going to be happening. Ice Blast will be pretty much nothing. Second projectile will also see nothing. The pings are still out from Thug. Pretty much right on the money. Still pushing. S4 wants to go in. Set that BKB and they'll wander into Spartan. Spartan, you do not want to be there, my friend. Actually going to survive. For the first time ever, AA survives. Wow. Near brush with death there from the AA. Sure, Mouz know about this Roshan by now. Dara, oh, forces out the split from S4 with just his clone. Oh, man, that is so difficult to deal with. You get hit by the Silver Edge, you get broken. Can't dodge attacks anymore. Obviously, you're sheeped and silenced in every which way. He's going to survive. Thug, pretty deep right now. Has no blink, has no travels for 15. But who needs a blink dagger when you have a timber chain? Gonna carve his way through the enemy jungle, and oh, he's so far back behind the enemies. He's fine, man. He's perfectly fine. They'll never expect him right outside of their own tier 3s. The last place you expect to see a timber saw. In the meantime, again, space created. Aegis for the Arc Warden, Cheese for Skylark? Yes, Cheese for Skylark, including a fresh refresher orb for him. Actually ditched the medallion there, not going to go for a full Solar Crest.
Balance the scale.
Wonder if now he's going to go for Necro 3. I mean, there's only so much you can build up for as far as Beastmaster is concerned if you just want to fill that I'm going to disable you and initiate type role. Refresher Orb, like maybe a mana item, like a Shiva's Guard or something like that, maybe an armor item, a Lotus. It's not even that great here. It's okay. Shiva's Guard is pretty good if the Timbersaw didn't already have one. You can get a BKB as well. Like you certainly have options here as Skylark. He's getting quite a bit of cash as well. Ahead of S4's Brewmaster. And MNT is not too far behind either. He's got the Ags, travels, purchasable, not with buyback. Those actually, yeah, 1,500 off that. I feel like he'll get there eventually. 56 minutes in, man. 56 minutes. There have been 0 racks taken. The Terrorblade on one side with an Arc Ward and a Beastmaster on the other. Seems like quite the exception to the rule, but, you know, that's fine. Dispensable Dota. Echo Slam, that is a super dead clone. That's a clone, right? Kind of hard to tell. Yeah, that's certainly a clone. Well, they got him. That's twice in a row now Madara has used his ultimate to pull out the Brewmasters. This time, though, he also gets Jerax's ult as a bonus. And the worst part is that Mouz know about it for OG. Like, sometimes if you use your ultimate mistakenly, whatever, just pretend you have it, and sometimes it'll work out. But Mouz sure as hell know that those series of spells are down. Plus, they have the Aegis. So OG, gotta expect now that Mouz are gonna start to ramp up the pressure as, oh my god, it's 57 minutes in, and AA found some farm. Does have that gold per minute talent at level 1, or level 1 talent. Now Ice Blast is going to be slightly more powerful. See if he's able to land it on anyone of relevance. Try to shatter that Terrorblade. It's hard, for sure. It's possible. 2 ultimates are down for OG. They are fanning out Terrorblade illusions everywhere. Madara, though, plus Beastmaster, will be pushing out mid, while the rest of the team pushes out bottom. Madara clone is going to be jacked up pretty bad. Tail on the front lines. There is still a swap here from Fly. You can see very defensively positioned. Ice Blast coming in, will miss. That was a farming Ice Blast, for sure. Not the highest cooldown in the world at this stage, just 30 seconds. Although the cooldowns are starting to come up for OG, they'll have everything very soon. But Jerax gets hexed. Long range Impale. How much damage can this clone do? Oh, enough to force out the swap at least. It's not nothing. Another cooldown that they don't have to worry about for a little while, but that one is rather short. Thug now gonna wander up with the Shiva's Guard. Madara's clone just whooping ass in the background. No Tail does get the Thunder off onto Thug. Hammer Chain out from Thug. Really needs to get out of there. He will do just that. Madara as well will fall out. Who's in this bubble here? I have no idea. It's MNT. He's burrowed. He's going to take a lot of damage here. Ice Blast is going to come in. Lands pretty much onto everyone, though. But where's the damage follow-up? They don't have it because Thug's taking a trip up in the air. They'll respond with Madara. Now it's time to try to get some of these kills. No Tail has another Sunder. He'll shred Madara along with that Eclipse from Resolution. Now Thug's going to land into a very pissed-off Terrorblade. Resolution's going to cut him off. Thug gets quite a bit of regen here. I don't know if he can actually make it out. He's going to, again, try to fight to his death with the Chakrams. Will grab Resolution, much like before, but this time will not be escaping anytime soon. Although MNT is going to come in. No Tail taking a lot of damage. Fly's going to swap him out one more time. Thug's still alive. Are you kidding me? How is Thug still alive? Madara's going to return as well. They kill off No Tail. What the hell, Thug? Playing like his namesake is not ever going to die in this game, ever. How? How? I mean, that is going to force out buybacks on a lot of these heroes, so we've made some progress as far as someone ending this game. But Thug survives, ends up with 6k gold. Like, he's just, like, done farming. A Timbersaw doesn't really have that much in the super luxury department. I guess, like, Travels 2, start buying moon shards, but, like, you don't even attack things as Timbersaw, so, like, for yourself, it's kind of bad. I don't really know what Timbersaw is supposed to buy anymore, but hey, now he has 6,000 gold for buyback in the future. I'm too upset about that. You force out the buyout on the Arc Warden. Likewise, Terrorblade is going to return to the field, as will the OD. Blasts will start flying out. That will scout out something. They saw a Terrorblade. No way to know if that was real or not. Smoke up now, though, is the bird. Up in the air is also smoke, so it will be the early warning detection system if anyone's in that direction, but there's not. Thug is pretty obviously pushing the mid lane. Gonna jump up as Resolution jumps down. Blade onto the Earthshaker. Skylark gonna jump in, roar into the Shaker as well. They gotta take him out quickly, or else they're gonna waste way too much time here. They do take him down very rapidly. Skylark, though, is going to pay for it. Refresher Orb does not have a chance to get a second one off. Now the Madara clone gonna go down as the Ice Blast comes in. No-Tail in a lot of trouble thanks to that, as Thug gonna do a lot of damage back. No-Tail does get the Sunder off, does go through that Ice Blast. Don't ask why, it just does. M&T gonna be flattened by the Brewmaster and the Fissure. Now Thug is going to fall in. Can he escape this time? Again, it's not looking that great, and this time he finally will go down. As OG clean house, 4-0. Dara still hunting. He's going to wander into a Vengeful Spirit, perhaps. Clone is running out of duration. How much damage can it actually do? Gonna be pretty darn close. Oh, never mind. It's gonna kill him. It's gonna kill Fly. But he's the only one here. The Timbersaw can come back. Timbersaw can come back, but 80 seconds until Mouz are at full strength, and OG, they may not have this metamorphosis for the Terrorblade. Another 35 seconds, but they do have Resolution. They do have Rax in sight. Terrorblade gonna jump in on S4 as Madara. Gonna start throwing out all the spells he can get, and will do quite a bit of damage with the lightning. With that Bloodthorn as well. Really scared to commit his main hero here. Jerax, oh! Doesn't blink! Nice. Nice. Yeah, well, they keep him alive. Still, Madara is alive, I suppose. That's something. Timbersaw, gotta be careful not to go too far away from your buddies. We'll take melee Rax in the mid lane. Pushing forward for more, gets hexed up. Now pretty well surrounded. This is a BKB. We'll try to book it as the Ice Blast is going to come in. Onto No-Tail. Damage-wise, it's pretty high. He does get the Sunder off onto an Illusion or something. Either way, he's at full HP. Sundered something in that mess. And is going to back off to the Fountain will survive. Brewmaster, where's his Earth Aspect? Here it is. That's the one that you got to find, and Skylark just found it. Now, you don't really want to roar it. You want to wait until it resumes its form, then roar it. Axe is off the mark. He'll blink out of there. And he will also miss Jerax, as he also blinks up to the high ground. So, ultimately, that is going to be just a melee Rax claimed. Heroes buying out, or teleporting out, rather. In this bottom lane, M&T hunting for a Courier. Courier actually have anything? Plate Mail for Fly. That's the Lotus completed, yeah. Really not a bad item to have. He had Plate Mail before, he may have survived. Against Madara, would have been a little close at least. So here we are once again. Buyback status is looking really bad. Timbersaw and Brewmaster, that's it. Anyone close? 3 minutes for pretty much everyone, so Mouz are going to kind of leave this one face. They will sheep up No-Tail. It will get immediately removed to that Lotus, but this is only that clone. Do land another Impale on No-Tail. Ice Blast coming in. The Imprison is going to dodge all of it. Clone will fail to take down Rax as well. No-Tail does pop his BKB. Gonna charge forward. And he gets walled out there by Jerax. Now Skylark gonna jump in with the roar. 4 staff. Oh my god, that was like 3 4 staffs out into the shrine. Yeah, he's safe. They got 4 staff play. OG are pretty good with their 4 staffs. Maybe next time. Sneaky, sneaky. In the meantime, Resolution gonna push forward along with S4. Just looking for some targets. We'll struggle to find anyone to actually hit. It is gonna be AA in the side who will be focused down first alongside the Timbersaw, who will die for real really quickly this time. Madara and Madara's clone, though, focusing down the Terrorblade with the Bloodthorn. No more swaps, and he's down for 2 minutes. They'll also take down Fly, as the buyback is there. Great Echo Slam from Jerax, but it's not enough follow-up. He can't kill everyone by himself. Madara's still kicking, and kicking very hard at that. He's going to try to get back up to the high ground, but Skylark's going to give chase. Wild Axes, more damage. Can't blink just yet. Well, he has backup here in the form of S4, but S4 isn't really looking that hot either. There's so much damage here from Mouz, and they will kill off the Brewmaster. You have to kill him one more time. Rax still surviving. It looks like Madara, though, wants the whole hog. They want to go for the win right now. Only Shaker and Brewmaster, I don't know what they can do. If Shaker had another Echo Slam, if he found a Refresher Orb on the floor, maybe, but it's not gonna happen like that. That's not how this game works. And after an hour-long grind fest, GG is called OG, run out of steam, as they're unable to get kills on the hero that matters. Just a few too many times, letting these Mousesports escape.